So it is now October and we're all still anticipating the reveal for Nintendo's next generation system, or the Nintendo Switch 2, as September has come and gone now, and it really seemed like it was the perfect time to reveal their next gen system because nothing happened in September in terms of like a big announcement from Nintendo or anything. We of course had Zelda Echoes of Wisdom come out, but really it just felt like September was the perfect time because they already had that Nintendo Museum Direct that happened, and then at the end of August they also had like the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, and then the Indie World thing all happened together, so September was pretty much completely open to have something. And while I guess we didn't get anything official from Nintendo, we still did get one of the biggest leaks that's happened for the Nintendo Switch 2, being all of those images that pretty much show us exactly what this system is going to be like. So I guess if Nintendo didn't want to give us something, we still did end up getting something massive that happened in terms of Switch 2. But today we've got some new updated leaks and rumors to talk about with the Switch 2, and it seems like these are actually going to be addressing some of the issues that we have right now with the current Nintendo Switch, so it is pretty exciting, so I do want to talk about it and give you guys my thoughts. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Mecha Japan. Mecha Japan is an online store that sells tons of Japanese products. From your favorite Japanese video games, anime, manga, and more, Mecha Japan has thousands of products from figures, toys, and plushies, and you're sure to find something that you really want. On this channel, I talk a lot about Nintendo stuff, and you can find many cool Nintendo products there, from stuff like Pokemon, Zelda, and more. But Mecha Japan was kind enough to send me a figure of the character Byleth from the Nintendo Switch game Fire Emblem Three Houses, and you can see all of the really nice details here on her legs and all of the different parts of her clothing, while she uses this really cool fire sword with the sword of the creator, and it's just a very nice, highly detailed figure. So if you're interested in getting something for yourself, Mecha Japan is having a special offer for viewers of the channel where you can see the code here on screen, and for the next 2 weeks from the day that I upload this video, you can actually go on there and use this code to get $5 off anything that you order that's $80 or more, so definitely take advantage of this offer, and thank you so much again to Mecha Japan for sponsoring the video. Alright, so this information is coming from the website Vandal, which is actually a Spanish website, but I translated the information right here, and it says, exclusive, Nintendo Switch 2 is now ready, launch window and Joy-Con news. Today on our podcast Vandal Radio, we bring you exclusive information about the successor to the Nintendo Switch, its launch window, and news about the analog Joy-Cons. And so if we take a look down here, it says, at Vandal, we have been talking to you for a long time about the successor to the Nintendo Switch, for now known as the Nintendo Switch 2, bringing to this website both official information and rumors and exclusive information that we have been able to access during these months. Today we bring to you news about Nintendo's new console in the latest program of Vandal Radio, our weekly podcast that our colleague Ruben Mercado, CEO of video game accessories and peripherals company Blade, has stopped by, who has exclusive information about Switch 2 and who talks also about what fits or doesn't fit with him from the latest leaks according to the information he has about the console, since he is currently manufacturing accessories for it. So we've got straight up here a CEO of a video game accessories company. So this company makes accessories and different things that you can put on your Switch, and so the CEO of this company came to the podcast and was talking about kind of accessories and stuff with the Switch 2. So this is really good stuff. Alright, so if we take a look down here, it says a March/April release and new features for the analog Joy-Cons. In his appearance on Vandal Radio, Ruben tells us that the console is done. We have already had access to practically final consoles. It is ready. So it looks like he's just straight up admitting that apparently they've already gotten to have access to like the potential final versions of the system, the versions that like we are going to be playing as the customer. So basically, if they've already got access to the practical final models, then that pretty much tells me that this system is most likely already in mass production. Like if they already know exactly what they want the final version of this system to look like, then they're definitely starting to make a ton of these and getting them ready so that they can have a bunch of these stocked up for when the system is ready to come out. And so according to that, he's saying here, on the other hand, the launch date would take place around March or April, something that coincides with several market analysts. It is speculated that depending on this year's figures, it will be launched at the end of this fiscal year, which is the end of March, and if the figures go well, it will be launched at the beginning of the next fiscal year, which is in April. and it all depends a bit on that. So this is seeming like it's going to be based on how well Nintendo's performance goes in terms of their sales and financial data with kind of the end of this year and the whole holiday season. So it seems like what they're saying here is if Nintendo's holiday season this year doesn't really go that well, and if they're not really meeting kind of their goals and how many systems and games and things they wish to sell, then Nintendo might be like, all right, you know what, let's just get the Switch 2 out as early as we can. Late March, we're just going to get that system out and we can have a bunch of sales coming in from people who are buying the brand new system. But if this holiday season does go well and they actually do meet their goals and it just goes pretty well for them, they might be like, you know what, we can wait a little bit, let's kind of run this fiscal year and have it end in March and then start off our brand new fiscal year with the launch of our next system, and that way we can have a whole bunch of sales coming in to start off the new year. So I guess it really kind of depends on how Nintendo's financials and their holiday season is going to go this year. So it says here, we don't have any information on the technical specifications, but Ruben can tell us about the Joy-Cons, confirming that they are magnetic and at the same time have a locking system so that they can remain firmly attached to the consoles. So I mean, we've been hearing about magnetic Joy-Cons for a while now, so that's pretty much like all but confirmed at this point. We've even seen them in like those images of the leaked Switch 2, so makes a lot of sense. And then it says here, of course, the design of the Joy-Con would not be exactly as what we are used to, and as they appear in the renders, since they have been told that one of their most requested products, the protectors for the analog sticks, will not be able to be manufactured on this occasion. And he says here, when you see the presentation, you will understand, they assure Ruben. So everything indicates that the analog sticks of the new Switch may be very different, and here many possibilities open up, such as the opting for flat analog sticks to be more integrated into the controller to prevent dust from entering, Steam controller style trackpads, or other surprises Nintendo could prepare. So it seems like what he's saying here is that one of their most popular products, which they have as like the protectors for like the analog sticks that you put on your Switch, he's saying that you're not going to be able to have them on the next system, and that when you see the presentation for the Switch 2, you'll understand why that's the case. And that's a little vague. I don't understand exactly what he means, but at the same time, we have also heard rumors that apparently Nintendo is going to be looking into kind of having different Joy-Cons and like different joysticks on the Joy-Cons to have like basically no more drift. And I mean, that's like a really good thing because that is like one of those big problems that we have right now on the current Nintendo Switch. And I think everybody doesn't want to have the next system also have drift, and Nintendo was even like in a lawsuit because of it, and they honestly lose a lot of money because a lot of people have to call in and they have to send replacements because if they're still under warranty, Nintendo has to send new Joy-Cons over and stuff, so they're basically losing money because of that. So I'm sure they're looking a lot into making sure that the next system doesn't have drift, and I'm pretty sure that we've heard rumors that they might be using like Hall effect joysticks, which are basically using like magnets and electrocurrent conductors to make sure that that's kind of the way that the joysticks are used, and those are pretty much impossible to get drift on. So hopefully that is kind of what they're referring to here. I don't think that there's going to be like a drastic design change for them, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, and that would kind of make sense with what we've seen in like the leaked images as well. And then the last couple of things right here, it just says is a worldwide launch with many units to avoid speculation. Ruben also clarifies that Nintendo is very clear that it will do a simultaneous worldwide launch the same day for everyone, and that it wants to supply enough consoles to all of the territories in which it is launched to be able to supply all of the demand, and thus end a bit of the speculation that has been characterizing the launch of the latest consoles. And then finally, there's no information regarding the price, although it could be between 400 to 500 euros, higher than the Switch, but lower than a current next-gen console. And I mean, that makes a lot of sense right now. I think it's going to be more expensive than the Switch we have right now at $300. It's probably going to be more expensive than the OLED as well at $350. And I've always been saying that 400 makes the most sense to me. $399.99 I feel like is going to be the perfect sweet spot for a Switch 2, but Nintendo could get a little greedy and make it like $449.99 if they want to really get there, but I don't think that they're going to go to 500, because if they go to $499.99, now you're directly with like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and while Nintendo is going to have the exclusives and everything, the power and performance is just not going to be close to that. So that is definitely going to be a tough sell for people, I feel like, but definitely 400 I think would still make it kind of like the cheap option, and definitely a good sweet spot for the amount of kind of tech and hardware that we're getting inside. So that is always going to be my kind of prediction for what I think the price is going to be. And so yeah, that is pretty much all the information that we have right now about the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo's next gen system. So yeah, it seems like Nintendo could be opting to use a different type of joystick now for what it's going to be using with the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, and I'm really hoping that they do decide to do that so that we don't have any type of drifting or issues like that on the next gen system. And then also in terms of like potential release dates, if we're hearing that the system is going to be coming out in potentially March or April, then I really do feel like they would need to show this system very soon. So I do feel like October, this month, is going to be kind of like the last chance if the system is going to be shown off in 2024, because if we get to Halloween this year and we just don't hear anything about the Switch 2, I don't think it's going to be shown this year, because once you get into November, that's when everybody starts holiday shopping with like the Black Friday deals and everything like that. So having a new system reveal around then would just make no sense, especially because everybody's going to be shopping for the holidays and Christmas and everything. So you don't want to have like a new system get shown right when everybody's about to buy Nintendo Switches and stuff for the holidays. So I do feel like if we get to that time and we don't hear anything about the Switch 2 by the end of this month, then yeah, I'm officially going to be getting off of the 2024 reveal train, because I don't think that they're going to do the reveal after that. I know some people say the Game Awards, but considering Nintendo doesn't even show up with like new game trailers at the Game Awards, and like even the other Jeff Keighley presentations like Summer Game Fest, I highly doubt they're going to show up with their next gen system. And Nintendo would probably just want like their own dedicated day where they announce like tomorrow we're going to show the Switch 2, and that way everybody's just talking about the Switch 2 that day, instead of having like the Game Awards and then having just the Game Awards as like an event, but Nintendo just crashes the Game Awards by having a Switch 2 reveal instead. So yeah, I think it's definitely going to be its own event. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely going to have some more videos talking about the Switch 2, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about all of this. How do you guys feel about all of this information with like the joysticks and the potential release framing? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about this, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.